Welcome back, everybody. Yesterday marked 4 months of me being in ClockCraft, and today I'm going to be going over every single thing that I've built since I joined ClockCraft. So the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is the volcano. And the reason why I'm showing this first, even though it's not the first thing that I built, is that my starter base actually used to be right here. There's no longer even any evidence of the starter base, but it used to be located right here. But that base was never supposed to be permanent, so it's not a big loss. Alright, next thing we're going to be looking at is the lush cave. Now, most of the things in my base are completely solo projects, but this is not. This is a project that I worked on with another streamer here on this SMP named Delypop. She provided all of the moss and the glowberries used in this project. She also contributed to placing a lot of this. The actual cave, though, was hand-built, and that part was solo. From top to bottom, this is a completely handmade cave, and the walls are actually hollow. This cave also features a geode with an efficiency 1 golden apple in it. This is still one of my favorite parts of the base. Alright, next up is the bunker. Now there is a lot of stuff in this bunker. Here's my to-do list. We've still got a random clock here. We got a few pets. Rob the zombie, pork chop, hoggy, and step. Got my bamboo farm, my enchantment area, where I store all of my enchantments, my paper farm, some of the items that I was given when I first joined the realm, some decorative armor sets, where I store all of my tools and armor. I have 2 maces, this one right here, and the one that I keep in my ender chest, 3 if you count the one on the item frame. And I also have a bunch of elytras. A few more things here on the top floor are Bony Stark and Piggy Smalls. Here's where I brew all my potions. And here is the storage area. This storage room can store a lot of stuff. And currently we are kind of overflowing on stone, so I've had to add these two, because every single chest is full of shulker boxes completely stocked full of stone. And this one is almost full as well. I'll show you guys in a moment why this is. On top of the bunker, we've actually got a giant super furnace and a little nether wart area. This is a 120 furnace super smelter. You can find a tutorial for this here on my TikTok page or on my YouTube. We use lava for fuel, which is dispensed by these shulker boxes. We put items in right over here. Alright, if we fly up the center of the cave, which right now we're actually in the middle of the lush cave, but I have a little lava farm here. This is actually not what I use to fuel my furnace though. I usually just take my lava directly from the nether, but we are right now underneath the volcano. So back into the bunker, we take a right here. I have a wall full of all of my nicknames, which I've collected quite a few nicknames since I started streaming. A lot of them don't quite make sense. Some of them are pretty funny. On my 4-month anniversary of joining ClockCraft, I actually found a naturally spawning pink sheep. Now, the purple sheep is not natural. He just needed a friend. I've also found 4 skeleton horses. This was also found on my 4-month anniversary. Their names are Cletus, Clyde, Cleveland, and John. John might be adopted. Then over here is my castle. This is the newest addition to my base, and I think it is turning out really nice. If you're wondering where all the stone came from in the storage room, it's coming from this. I've been terraforming down this mountain, and this is what it used to look like. I've torn it down all the way to this, but it's not quite done yet. Let me give you a full tour of the castle. We're going to start off with the villager area. So this is a room that is not quite done yet, but it houses 10 villagers. So we go up to these stairs here, go into room number 1. The villagers have completely furnished rooms. Eventually I'll furnish the entire house for them. This is probably one of the nicest rooms in this house. And the last 2 rooms are pretty similar. Well, most of the rooms in this house are pretty similar. Maybe later I'll change them up a little bit and add some variety. Alright, on to the next house. But I really like the balconies on this castle. I feel like the castle itself has kind of turned into its own scenery. Let's go down these stairs here. So these stairs still need to go all the way up to the top of the castle. But that's going to take a lot of work. But hopefully I will have that done by the time the world download comes around. Alright, so if we go up these stairs here, we have another house for the villagers. This house is a little bit nicer, even though it's smaller. This one houses 4 villagers, all of which are librarians, which is why there's a little library. This is their rooms. And for some reason in this room, there's a little egg. I wonder who did that. So that is everything I've built so far on that side of the castle. Now we're going to take a look at this side of the castle. Also, sorry for not cleaning up beforehand. There is a lot of shulker boxes because this is still a work in progress. If we go up these stairs, we get to my bedroom. Now the bedroom is still very incomplete. I should be working on this by next week. And hopefully we'll have it done pretty soon. But this bottom floor here is going to be my actual bedroom. And then the top floor is going to be a library. I think we can make a fairly large library up here. But I'm going to finish the terraforming out there first. Also, some people have been complaining about the trees that I'm cutting down. But the Lorax seems fine with it. Now we're going to take a look at the farms that I built. So on this platform here is a cactus flower farm. This doesn't work too good, but this was just the prototype. If I ever really need cactus flowers, I'm going to rebuild this and make some improvements from what I've learned from this. Right here is my gold farm. This is a design from JC Plays. And right next to it is my iron farm. This is a self-designed iron farm. While it doesn't work the greatest, it works good enough. It also produces string. We don't have to talk about how it produces string. And right here is my honeycomb farm. All of the bees had to be removed because every time I AFK'd my gold farm, this produced way too much honeycomb. Currently, I'm sitting on about 18 shulker boxes full of honeycomb. Honestly, nobody's been buying any honeycomb at my shop, so I had to stop production. ClockCrafters, if you're watching this, please buy my honeycomb. I don't know what to do with it. Alright, over here is my creeper farm. I did have this converted to be a music disc farm, but currently it's back to just being a creeper farm. It's a little bit messy, it's also not a great design, but it keeps me stocked with rockets. So we fly back to the castle. There is one thing I forgot to mention. This used to be a village. The village on the mountainside has been completely removed, and we terraformed it back up to look somewhat natural. And I've got a few more builds to show you, but they're back at spawn. Take a little trip through the Nether Hub. Before we get back to spawn, I am going to show you where I got all the lava for the volcano. So this used to be where I got all of my lava. All the lava that is reachable from the surface is pretty much all gone. I could still collect some more from this area, but something kind of happened to it. I needed a new area anyway. This kind of accelerated the process. My new lava collection area is right over here. It's actually got a nicer interior to it. Then I just bridge out and get lava wherever I need it. Back to the Nether Hub. So if we fly down this tunnel, this is where my Guardian Farm is. The Guardian Farm is what's responsible for all my XP. Now, one of my goals in this realm was to hit level 1000. We actually did hit level 1000. We hit level 1018. And that was all due to this farm. This is a Guardian Farm designed by Silent Whisper. It's not even fully upgraded. Here soon I do want to make it the fully upgraded version. I just need to get more tridents and add a few more of these chambers here. Alright, off to spawn. So if you guys don't know, ClockCraft is a SMP with 8 other Minecraft streamers on it. And at spawn, we all have our shops. We use diamonds as currency, and I actually have 2 shops here at spawn. The first one that I built was this honeycomb shop. I gotta be honest, I barely sell anything here. Well, I offer lots of stuff. Nobody buys it. We've got shulker boxes full of cod, and I also offer to buy back any shulker boxes they don't want to keep. I sell prismarine blocks, sea lanterns, and prismarine, as well as waxed and oxidized copper, and honeycomb blocks, and honey blocks, as well as candles. I'm planning on lowering the prices and offering more colors of candles. Alright, my other shop is a jukebox. So in this jukebox, I sell music discs, which is why I had a music disc farm. I also sell jukeboxes and have jukeboxes here for if anybody wants to sample the music discs. The main music disc that I've sold so far has been Pigstep. I think I've sold about 3 or 4 copies of Pigstep. And I think 1 other side disc. Yeah, I'm pretty much fully stocked. I think I'm only missing 2 discs out of the entire game. I could be wrong on that number though. Also, meet the silver mulet. There is one more build that I want to show you. Alright, so this is my string farm. This is still very incomplete. I've been building up the walls, and I still need to find a design for the roof. But I think the actual farm looks pretty cool. Ignore the shulker boxes. But this farm works off of 3 spawners. I honestly only need 1 of them. Just in case I do need the other spawners, I've kept them. Spawners inside of here are spider, zombie, and skeleton. The zombie spawner is the main one I've been thinking about removing. The other 2 are very useful, because they provide bones and string. The AFK spot is right here. So after you flip the switch to turn on the trident killer, it disables the lights that are disabling the spawners. And then you just AFK for string and bones. I'll show you guys inside real quick. This is what the inside of the farm looks like. Just 3 spawners and some lights. The middle there is a trident killer. But this massive excavation was not all done by me. The farm was built by me, but I only dug out about half of this. Another streamer on this SMP named ElameTowel dug out the other half. Elame offers a service where she will terraform areas for you, and she works very fast. A lot has happened since we first joined ClockCraft 4 months ago. When I first joined, I was at about 14,000 followers. We were still working on our 10k monument. And just the other day, we hit 60k followers on TikTok, which is absolutely insane. I want to say thank you guys for that. But also, joining ClockCraft has been probably one of the best experiences that I've had on this game, like ever. The people of ClockCraft are absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that they let me be a part of this. I'm very happy with what we've done here on ClockCraft, and thank you guys for being a part of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour, and hopefully there will be lots of amazing things to come in the next 4 months. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Bye everybody.